Hello everyone and welcome back to Russell's Movie Reviews and welcome back to the first annual Christmas special. Yesterday I released the Elf review where I had co-star my friend Dylan Hessler. I really would recommend you guys go and check it out. That will be at the end card of this review. But as you guys can tell by the title and the thumbnail, today I will be talking about The Polar Express, released in 2004 and I don't really care what anyone says. I still love this movie. Um, I love this. I loved this movie as a kid. Um, well, that's what I meant to say. I loved this movie as a kid, and what are my opinions on it now? Well, let's wait till the end of this review. Um, but my overall history, this is a daily or a yearly Christmas movie that I watch a lot, and and um so I think that everyone should watch this, but again, that's just my opinion. But let's go over details. So this was released on November 10th of 2004 with a budget of $165 million. Domestically made 187 million, and worldwide it made about 313 million. So um, this was somewhat a success. Um, yeah, that's how I dream my Blu-rays. I just throw them. Um, but yeah, I guess you could say that this was a moderate success. I mean, it made over its budget domestically and worldwide. It made, I think, yeah, it looks like double its budget. Um, so moderate success. Um, I mean, if you guys don't know the story, this was based off of a book made by I forgot. I'm already forgetting the name. Um, wow, I'm legit forgetting the name. Oh, Chris Van Allsburg. Sorry. Um, which was I think it was released in 1985, and the book was a smash hit. I mean, I actually have the book, just to see what parts were actually taken from the book to the film, and I gotta say that um um I gotta say that it's pretty accurate, and even some of the shots in the film were if it looks like they took the shot straight from the book and translated into a computer. Um, but um, in case you guys don't know the story, when a doubting kid or young boy, the hero boy played by Tom Hanks, takes an extraordinary train ride to the North Pole. He embarks on a journey of self discovery that shows him that the wonder of life never fades for those who truly believe. Um, and like that's a classic story that most people should know. Um, and now let's go over the cast. So, um, we have Tom Hanks playing, I think, a total of 6 roles, if I'm correct. So he plays the hero boy. He plays the conductor, who is basically um, he also plays the hobo. He plays Santa Claus. He plays the father, and he plays Ebenezer Scrooge, like not the real one, but like a puppet version. Um, Having to juggle 6 roles is insane. And I don't know if this is actually true or not. I know he definitely voiced like the conductor, the father, the hobo, basically everyone except for I don't know if he voiced the hero boy. It might be true. Actually, no. Never mind. He does like the narrating voice of the hero boy. Um, he's most famous for playing Woody in the four Toy Story movies. But also for like some of his live action stuff with Turner and Hooch, the Burbs, some of his '80s live action comedy. Um, and um, um, I mean, really, that's all I gotta say. I mean, it's like if you don't know who Tom Hanks is, then like, what are you doing? Um, uh, Noah Gave as the hero girl. She does a good performance with she does a good job with the material that she is given. Uh, we have Peter Scorla. I'm sorry, I probably most likely butchered that last name. He plays Billy, also known as the Lonely Boy, who basically has the same encounter with the conductor as the hero boy. Like he's initially reluctant, but then gets onto the train. Whereas the hero boy initially got on his first step. Um, we have this kid just falling face plants into the snow, where the hero boy has to pull the brakes. And which, by the way, why the hell is there an emergency brake lever in the conductor car, and like in like the or like in like any of the passenger cars? I mean, like I get if like a worker did that, but shouldn't there be like a lock and a key or something like that? Like instead of just having it. Oh yeah, there's the emergency lever. Oh shoot! It's like, ugh, so stupid. Oh, we have Leslie Sumekis as Sister Sarah, and also as the mother. Um, she really only has both characters like have like what, two scenes. And um, I think that she does fine. Um, and I guess I didn't write down the name of the know-it-all kid, which I'm gonna look that up real quick. All right, so I just looked it up right now, and apparently, Eddie Deason played the know-it-all boy, and uh, if I was really any of these kids, I'll probably be the know-it-all boy. I probably wouldn't be as obnoxious as he is, but I probably would, you know, you know, probably be the same like characteristics as the know-it-all boy. It wouldn't be as annoying. Um, and we have Daryl Sarah, uh, Sabria, and as the young version of the hero boy that we see throughout most of the film. He does actually a great job with the performance, and um, you know, um, but the stuff that he's given to pull off, he does a great job with it. Now, of course, if you guys, if you guys haven't heard about this movie, this is a motion captured movie, which is basically you get put into like a suit, and they get you people place like a whole bunch of dots on you, which get translated into a computer. So basically, every time like you do like a movement, like like waving my hand with all the dots on my hand, the computer captures it, and basically, and then people who work on the movie make make it so like it looks like a real hand instead of just lines on the computer. Um, you know, so which explains why this movie has such a large budget. Because if this was a standard live action thing, probably wouldn't have cost us much. But we're going into the whole, with the motion capture stuff like that. the budget needed the budget needed to be significantly raised. Um, and I actually do have a little fun fact about that later on in the review. Um, and so for the motion capture, we obviously need performers. So um, again, Tom Hanks played basically all the roles that he played in the film, besides Ebenezer Scrooge, because it's a puppet and they could easily just animate that in the computer. But all the human characters, like the hero boy, Santa Claus, the conductor, the hobo, and the father, he played all of them. He did all the motion capture stuff, and it's really like an impressive feat for this actor to do would be able to do this sort of thing. Um, and um, I think it's really you give this guy real credibility for the acting range that he has. Um, we have Leslie Sumekis playing the mother. Um, we have Josh Hutcherson as the hero boy. Now, to specify this, for when the hero boy is like by himself, like let's say just like kind of quote unquote talking to the camera, like to a character that's like off screen, it's Tom Hanks. But when the hero boy's like talking to the conductor, obviously Tom Hanks needs to play the conductor. So that's when they brought Josh in, so that they play him as um they use him as the hero boy for the motion capture stuff. Um, we have Hayden McFarlane. I'm sorry if I butchered that last name. Um, he performed Billy, also known as the Lonely Boy, for the motion capture. Megan Moore as the hero girl, and Jimmy Jacks Payne Clark as the know-it-all boy. Um, so before we get on to my favorite scenes and the rest of the stuff, I do want to mention that I am such a fan of this movie that I, no joke, have 3 separate copies of this movie on Blu-ray. I mean, obviously, I had the movie on DVD. In I had the full screen version, and then obviously I got the widescreen version later on because I used to watch that full screen version to death as a kid. But yeah, I have 3 separate versions of the film. So I have the standard Blu-ray, which I've been showing throughout the review. Now, I do want to clarify this. The Blu-ray that's in this disc is in this case is the same in these two. So, um, I got this for like $5 at like a Costco. Um, and oh, there's a little bit of black gunk on here, all around it. I might have to clean this up a bit after show it off. But yeah, it's basically just the poster design. I'm trying to, and then there's the spine, and there's the back. Jesus Christ, the back. Um, it had for video, it's obviously 1080p, high definition, 16:9. Audio, there is a Dolby Digital 5:1 English mix. For subtitles, we have English, French, and Spanish. For special features, we have a ton of them. We have Smoking Steamer Song, which is a deleted scene, or deleted song, I should say. Um, we have You Look Familiar, the many polar faces of Tom Hanks. A genuine ticket to a genuine ticket to ride documentary gallery, 5 featurettes, true inspiration and offers adventure, fulfilling Chris Van Allsburg, believe Josh Groban performers at the Greek Theater, behind the scenes of Believe, bringing a hit song to magical life in the recording studio. Flurry of effects, glory gallery, 5 motion capture sessions. Meet the Snow Angels, the movie makers' Christmas memories, and the theatrical trailer. Now, I do say that the menu for this thing is weird. It pop. The only time you see the menu is when it pops up and the movie is like playing in the background. So the only time you could see the like go to like the special features and stuff is while the movie is playing. There's no dedicated like menu screen, and it's um one of those pop up ones as well, obviously. So um I mean, I'm not saying I hate those kind of things. In fact, I actually do kind of like those when you're just like you're trying to watch a movie. But personally, I prefer the ones that have you pause it and it shows like the time stamp, like where you're at. But um, but yeah. So there's that one. This is the standard one, and this is the like I said, this is the same disc that's in these ones. So there's that one. And then we have this exclusive Steelbook Edition I got from Best Buy. So there's the front. I don't like the spine as just being this like green color, which really that doesn't even appear throughout the movie. And there's the back. It's basically the same picture from this one, but just the full back. Um, this one has both the Blu-ray and the DVD. So there's the Blu-ray, and there's the DVD. That's I believe yes the widescreen edition, and the back. I do want to show you guys this. It is a very nice back, actually. So there is the full art for the back. I do think this is a very nice design. And I think I got this maybe during the Black Friday. I'm not exactly sure. And then finally, this is the last one I have. This one I got, I think a year ago. And this is the Target exclusive version. It's literally just the exact same version as this one I showed you. With a very nice lenticular slipcover. Like literally, if you literally look at the back, it's literally the exact same and everything. Like even like the Blu-ray case, exactly the same. The only thing that's different about this one is that it actually comes with postcards. I actually did show this in its whole unboxing glory when I did I think the 2018 or 2019 Black Friday video. So I'll very quickly show those. So there's Welcome to the North Pole. The thing about trains, it doesn't matter where you're going. What matters is deciding to get on. And the true spirit of Christmas lies in your heart. They are very nice looking postcards, but really, am I gonna send these out to anyone? No, they're probably just gonna think I'm a weirdo. They are nice collector's pieces though. It is nice to have this one, which again, like I said, it's basically just the exact same version as this one right here. So I'm probably just gonna give this. There is a record shop in Modesto that sells Blu-rays, and I think they might take this in. But yeah, I'm still keeping these two because again, this is a steelbook and this is the same one as this one, so might as well just keep it. And yeah, so let's go over my favorite scenes in this movie. My first favorite scene would probably be the initial introduction to the Polar Express. And again, like I said in previous reviews, grandly, all my reviews are spoilers, but here's the spoiler section. But like the initial introduction to the train is like the boy's just laying down back in his bed, and he's just contemplating like, is Santa real? And all of a sudden, like you start feeling like a little bit of a shaking, Like, you see stuff start shaking around in his room. You see things falling over, and he looks over, and all of a sudden he just sees this like flashing light. And then he runs out, and there it is, the Polar Express. Probably, and it, basically the shot of the poster, like. Which, by the way, if you guys haven't heard, I mean, granted, if you're Polar Express fans, you already know this, but if you don't know, the Polar Express is actually based off of a real train, like a steam locomotive, called the Pure Marquette, 1225. So literally, all they did for the book is they changed, like, literally, the number's the same, I believe. Yeah, it is. Like, it's literally the exact same, like, train number. The only thing that they did was change the name from Pure Marquette to Polar Express. Um, but um, you know that shot of like the mist, like right, the steam from the train, just covering the um just covering it, and you see the steam just vaporize, and then you see the train just sitting there. And that's also our first introduction to the conductor. Um, my second favorite scene would probably have to be the shot of the wolves in the forest, which is a shot that feels like it's taken directly from the pages of the book, where like they basically align. If you take if you pause the movie on a certain shot, and you take the book out and you look at it, it literally is they put them in the exact same positions as they were in the book, like them like standing like looking at the train zoom by, and it's it's wonderful that they actually took the time and care to do that. My third favorite scene would probably have to be um when they are when they're going down like that, for some reason that's weird track where it's like up and down, up and down. It's like, what is this, a roller coaster or a train ride? Granted, it was very fun to watch, and it's like granted, I probably would be scared shitless, but that looks fun. um, my fourth favorite scene will have to be the falling scene after that, uh, where they're on the ice, and the one of they're trying to fix like the brake, cause the pick that's supposed to like keep like the brakes like in place, that falls out and starts falling all over the place. And then when the train's like doing this whole like roller coaster thing, one of the steamers accidentally swallows the pick, and so when they're traveling across the ice before they come to a complete stop, the other one like again, this is like a movie and like a quote unquote cartoon, but the guy just smacks him across the head with a shovel. I'm like, God damn, that could have killed him. Um, but yeah, he just smacks him across the head, and it was like, whoa, and you see this like pig just like, and it gets in the ice and it starts cracking the ice. But when they come to a stop, they look over and they're like, oh shit, yeah, the ice is kind of falling apart, so let's go. And that whole sequence on the ice when they're trying to travel as like fast as possible to get like to outrun the ice is probably one of my favorite shots and like one of my favorite scenes, if not my favorite scene in the whole movie. Um and my favorite scene would probably have to be when they the song sequence between Billy and the hero girl when Christmas comes to town. That song is so sweet, and it's like that's honestly like besides like Santa Claus is coming to town, I always sing that song around Christmas time because it's like, oh my god, dude, it's so beautiful. Um and well, after that scene, it would probably be the whole like kind of like montage when they're entering the North Pole, and like that one song is playing. Like I think it's like the Polar Express theme song. Um, that song is just like so catchy that it just makes you want to start like singing like "Fall down the mountain in the snow." I mean, obviously I can't play it for copyright reasons, but you could probably go find the song up on YouTube. And it's great. Um, and then my favorite, the next favorite scene is probably would probably have to be the when they accidentally disconnect the like the end car where like the where Billy was hanging out at because he was lonely and like didn't want to hang out with all the other kids, so he just hid out at the end car. And when you see a shot of like when the hero boy is trying to get up, he accidentally like unlocks like the coupling. So the car starts to move, and you see this like it's basically kind of like the same thing as the Polar Express earlier in the film. It just goes on this like roller coaster rail until it smashes into a buffer. Um, and it's like so like invigorating. Like it's so pumped up. It's like oh, like the adrenaline's just going. And then my final favorite scene is probably the um uh when the hero boy finally meets Santa, and the whole conversation that he has with him is is great. When not only he like picks up the bell, and he just turns around and Santa's just chilling there, like what's up? But also when he gets chosen to pick the first gift of Christmas, and he has that little dialogue piece with Santa on the sleigh. Um, but um, the whole dialogue scene is just great. And if I had to pick my favorite line of dialogue, I have two choices, and they're both at the end of the film. Um, one is from the conductor right before the train leaves, and he goes when the hero boy gets off at his house, or before he leaves the train to go to his house. I mean, I showed it on the postcard earlier, but uh, the line that he says is that the one thing about trains, it doesn't matter where you're going. What matters is deciding to get on. And I'm like, that's actually really heartfelt for a kids movie. And it's like, jeez, like, going at the heartstrings, damn. And then the final monologue that Tom Hanks delivers, where he basically explains that he showed it to because he gets the bell from Santa. I mean, he's like, found this on my sleigh. You gotta fix that hole in your pocket from Mr. C. And then he shows that like he rings it. He gets to ring it. And gives it to Sarah, and she breaks it, and she hears it. Um, and yet when the mother and the father come over, they pick it up and they try to ring it, and they don't hear anything. And the end monologue kind of ties everything together, where it basically explains that um, he brought at one time like all my friends could hear it, but as time passed, all of them started slowly not weren't able to hear it, and even Sarah could hear it. But even now, I can still hear it, and you guys can all hear it when you truly believe. Like he literally kind of talks to the audience, and I'm like, that's so cool. And the end credits play with Believe, played by what's his name again? Josh Groban. Um, it plays during the credits, and that's also another song that I listen and sing to around Christmas time because it's such a nice song. It's not like it's not like a hip hoppy like rap song. Like it's not any of that cringy shit. It's like a full on like actual like musical song, which I do appreciate that they went with like an actual song and not like a hip hop rappy kind of song. Um and yeah, so that's really all my favorite scenes. To talk about fun facts, is that this film was listed or okay, did you know that um In 2006, this film was listed in the 2006 version of the Guinness Book of World Records as the first all-digital capture film, which was I can't even tell what my own writing was because I'm just oh yeah, which was captured which I don't even know, but basically some parts were done in a computer, which what I was mentioning earlier. Um, but yeah, that's what I was kind of mentioning earlier, is that most of the stuff, or mostly everything that you see in the movie was done in a computer. Which grandly, um, it makes sense since this was a motion captured movie. Before we get on to my final rating for the film, I do want to talk about the score. Obviously, this film being directed by Robert Zemeckis, you know, director of Back to the Future, the Back to the Future trilogy, um, and others, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit and stuff like that. Um, he brought on his four-time collaborator on, which was Alan Silvestri. Um, and he does a fantastic job with the score in this film. Really brings out all the excitement, all the drama. Like he really brings out every scene. Like I'm not ever like dozing off because I'm like the music is always there to pump me up. I believe. Oh yeah, soundtrack available by Warner Sunset / Reprise Records. I believe there. Well, obviously it's gonna have like the Believe song and stuff like that. But I believe the soundtrack has all of the tracks from the film. Um, but I may be wrong. I'm not sure. It also has, like I said, it has the Believe song. It has the Polar Express theme. It has the Hot Chocolate song. Um, and it has score from the film. I don't know if it's all of it, but I'm pretty sure it is. If you guys have the soundtrack album, leave it down in the comments down below. Um, and so yeah. Um, but yeah. Um, but yeah. So I guess to end out my to talk about overall this film, I still love this movie. I don't care what anyone else says. I still love this movie. This is a childhood classic in my opinion, and whenever Christmas comes around, I always watch this. So I'm gonna give this film an 8 out of 10. This is a genuine Christmas classic in my opinion that I think everyone should watch. Um, Stay tuned for next week, which will be the finale to the Christmas special. For the first annual Christmas special, which I will be talking about a certain two films that revolve around a kid uh, having to defend himself from some certain burglars. Um, but anyway, go and check out over here. You can click on my beautiful face right here. Just check out the channel and make sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell icon for future notifications. Click over here for the Elf review that I did with my friend Dylan, as well as the Jingle All the Way review. Comment down below if you guys want to be on a future episode of Russell's movie reviews, and also to suggest an idea for a future episode. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for next week's episodes. Live long and prosper, and make sure to believe.